Welcome to the lesson Operations with Numbers. In this lesson, we'll learn some of the basic operations that you can do with numbers. So let's get started. How do you perform arithmetic operations with numbers? It's very simple. Most of the syntax used for addition subtraction is the same. Addition is the plus sign, subtraction is the minus sign, divided by is a slash, and multiplication is a asterisk. So these are the signs that you can use for arithmetic. So let's do an example. For example, let result is equal to 5 multiplied by 7 plus 9 minus 12 divided by 2. So what is the order in which the operation arithmetic will be performed? The first of all the multiplications or divisions will be performed. And if there are no brackets or anything that is forcing the arithmetic in a specific way, in absence of all of that, the natural order is that multiplications or divisions will be performed before addition or subtractions. So what will happen is this multiplication 5 multiplied by 7 will be performed and 12 divided by 2 will be performed. For example, this calculation will be like 35 plus 9 minus 12 divided by 2 is 6. So, and this will come out to be 35 plus 9 is 44 minus 6 is 38. So the result will be equal to 38. Let's verify that. Yes, the result is 38. But you can very well force the result in a specific way by using brackets in a specific way. For example, if the result 2 is equal to the same order of the same arithmetic, but we are strategically placing some round brackets here before 7, after 9, and then after 12, and then divided by 2. So what will happen here is that this bracket will be performed first. So it will be, let's say, 5 multiplied by this bracket, this addition will be forced to be performed before anything else. This will be 7 plus 9 is 16, then you subtract that by 12 and divided by 2. So what will happen here is that now this multiplication will be performed because now this the things inside this bracket will be performed. So 5 multiplied by 12, 5 multiplied by 16 is 80. So 80 minus 12 divided by 2, and this 80 minus 12 is inside the bracket. So this bracket will be taken care of first. 80 minus 12 is 68, and divided by 2, this comes out to be simply 34. So this result 2 should be 34. So this is how you perform the arithmetic. The order is very important, and the way you are placing brackets is also very significant. You can round a number by using dot round. For example, if there is a number, let's say let pi is equal to 3.1478, so on. This is not the exact value of pi, I'm just doing it as an example. So when you do pi dot round, it actually the pi has to be a variable, because pi dot round actually rounds the value of the pi in place. In place is means that the value of pi itself will be changed now. So this performs dot round performs the high school arithmetic. That means if like it let's see, it rounds the double into an integer. So it was 1/4 after the decimal point, so it was rounded back to the 3. So similarly, if it was let's say if it was pi was greater than 5, 1, 2, 3, it would have been rounded up to 4. See, so the pi is 4. So round actually rounds a double number into an integer using the school book rounding. So similarly, what is dot rounded? Rounded actually does not round the number. For example, if I was using dot rounded, it was the pi would still have been 3.512, because what dot rounded does is it does not round the number in place. What it does is it returns the rounded value. So pi dot rounded is 4, but the actual value of pi is not changed. So that is the difference between round and rounded. Round changes the number in place, and rounded does not change the number in place. It returns the change value at the place where it is used. So I could capture this here. So pi dot rounded is 4, but not the actual value of pi. So similarly, what is floor? Floor is actually gives you the largest integer smaller than a number. For example, pi dot floor would have returned the largest integer which is smaller than pi. Uh, Double has no member floor. That is very interesting, because this is not how you use it. You use floor and pi. So this returns the largest integer which is smaller than pi. The largest integer which is smaller than pi is 3. So this returns 3, right? It does not change the pi itself. If you run pi is still 3.5. So floor returns the largest integer smaller than. Similarly, ceil is returns the smallest integers which is larger than this number. What is the larger? What is an integer which is larger than pi? 4 is larger, 5 is larger, 6 is larger. Of all these numbers, which is the smallest? The 4. 4. So ceil dot pi will return 4. So these are different operations that you can use with numbers. And before we conclude this lesson, I want to cover one last operation which is very popular and very important, is the remainder. For example, remainder is used by the syntax percentage symbol. For example, 26 remainder when divided by 4, it should be equal to 2. So 26 remainder 4 is 2. So this returns 2. Similarly, 27 remainder 4 is 3, because 20, when you divide 24 by 4, you get 3 as a remainder. So this is very handy operation on numbers. So these were the introduction to basic operations to numbers. In future lessons, we might cover some advanced operations as well. So this is for now. Thank you.